In this session, let me discuss about the conduction of the nerve impulse through the neural membrane, how it propagates, how the impulse will be propagated from one site to the another site in the neurolemma. Action potential or the nerve impulse propagates along the membrane from one point to the other point, that is target organ. Suppose if at the site A gets depolarized on the stimulation, A will have positive charge because of the influx of the sodium ions, and B will have negative as it is in the resting state inside. The current flows from A to B, from positive pole to the negative pole, and A will have negative charge outside as the sodium ions are passed into the exoplasm, and B site will have positive outside as it is in the resting condition. So the current flows from B to A to complete the circuit of the current flow. So the polarity is reversed and the action potential is generated at site B. So the impulse arrives at the site B, and the sequence is repeated along the axon of the impulse as the impulse is conducted. Thus depolarization and repolarization is very fastly taking place in these sites, and due to repolarization the nerve fiber becomes more responsive to the further stimulation. Again it gets back to its normal state. So when starting with it is with the resting state, that resting membrane potential will be minus 70 MV. Then on stimulation, sodium gates will be opened, influx of sodium ions takes place like this, sodium flows inside, sodium ions will flow inside, depolarization takes place, then sodium gates will be closed and potassium gates will be open and potassium will be leaking out. Again it gets back to its repolarization state in order to get the stimulus again. It is ready for taking the receival of the stimulus. And now coming to the saltatory conduction, the saltatory conduction means the action potential jumps from one node to the another node in the form of the electric current at the this arrival of current at one node opens up the sodium channels, creating another current that passes to the next and so on. So this is very fast, affecting the jumping of the action potential from one node of Ranvier to the another node of Ranvier in a myelinated nerve fiber. This is called saltatory conduction. And now coming to synapse, the junction between two neurons is called synapse. Here the junction is formed between two neurons, and the neuromuscular junction is the junction between neurons and the muscle cell or the secretory cell. That is called neuromuscular junction. Synapse is formed by two neurons, presynaptic neuron and postsynaptic neuron. They may or may not be separated by the synaptic gap. That is called synaptic cleft, which will be about 10 to 20 nm width. And next, presynaptic neuron is present before the synaptic cleft. Many synaptic knobs are present at the axon terminals of the presynaptic neuron. It transmits impulse to the other neuron through the synaptic cleft. Postsynaptic neuron is after synaptic cleft, and the dendrites and the cell body or the axon of the postsynaptic neuron is present after the synaptic cleft. It receives the impulse from the presynaptic neuron. There are two types of synapses, namely electrical synapses. The membranes of the pre and postsynaptic membrane are in very close proximity, leaving no gap. Here the impulse transmits very fast, as it is just like in a single neuron, because there is no gap. Chemical synapses have longer synaptic clefts and it takes longer time for the conduction. Electrical synapses are very rare in our system. Coming to the mechanism of the chemical impulse transmission across the chemical synapse at the synaptic junction. Here what happens, the axon terminals contain synaptic knobs as it is in the with synaptic vesicles. See, in the presynaptic axonic terminal, what happens, synaptic knob is present with synaptic vesicles. Synaptic vesicles will contain the neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are chemicals which transmit the impulse across the synaptic chemical synapse. and the calcium channels are present here on the synaptic presynaptic membrane. When depolarization reaches this presynaptic membrane, these calcium channels will open up, and the calcium ions diffuse into the synaptic knob and stimulate the synaptic vesicles to fuse with the synaptic the presynaptic membrane of the presynaptic neuron. So the rupture takes place here, and the release of the neurotransmitters will occur, binding to the receptors of the same thing in the postsynaptic neuron dendrites. So the ion channels of this postsynaptic neuron will open up, allowing the entry of ions generates a new potential here. Neurotransmitters generally permit responses either excitatory or inhibitory depending upon the neurotransmitter that is released. Generally, acetylcholine, epinephrine and norepinephrine are the glutamate are the excitatory transmitters, whereas inhibitory transmitters are dopamine, serotonin, glycine and gamma aminobutyric acid. The neural signal reaching the neuromuscular junction releases acetylcholine. Generally, it generates action potential in the sarcolemma. Nerve impulses will be always transmitted in one way only. That is very, very important for NEET. What is synaptic fatigue? On repeated transmission of the nerve impulses through the synapse, there occurs a temporary suspension of the transmission of the impulse because there is exhaustion of the neurotransmitter. That is called synaptic fatigue. Again, when the neurotransmitter accumulates and synapse will regain its capability to transmit the impulse. Thank you.